Hello and welcome to another exciting video from Ken's Training. Just got a service work ticket, and the complaint is on the second floor woman's restroom. The restroom smells like sewer gases. Now, I've had this service call before, and generally speaking, what's happening, my first impression is that the floor drain, which is supposed to have a water trap in there to keep it primed, has lost its prime, and the sewer gases in the sewer gases system is simply backing up through the floor drain and into the restroom, creating a restroom that smells like a sewer gas. So I'm going to go up there. I'm going to, first thing I want to do is I want to check out the floor drain and see if it's primed or not, and then go from there. Okay, here I am going into the bathroom. I've already checked, made sure that it was clear. As soon as I walk into the bathroom, first thing I want to do is I want to find the floor drain. And the floor drain is over here in the handicap stall. There it is right there. Now the easiest, and the restroom does smell like sewer gases, exactly as they said. Now, next thing you want to do is take your flashlight, put it right down there. Now I'm going to see if I can't get you to see this, that there is no water down there. I'm going to just try to do a zoom in as best I can, and basically it is dry. You can see it's the best you're going to see it right there. That is dry, and it's exactly the reason why that's happening. Now, the way this particular trap is supposed to be primed, I already removed the wall access. There's the trap primer right there. And it's got a valve there. I know the valve is in the open position, but that trap primer is not that old. I actually replaced it not too long ago, and it's not working. It's stopped working for one reason or another, so I'm going to have to address that. So that'll be the next thing that I look at. To show you a contrast, I'm going to show you the men's restroom drain so you can see what it's supposed to look like. And another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some water down here just to stop the sewer gases from backing up and into this restroom. So hold on for now. Okay, now I'm in the men's restroom, and I'm just going to show you the floor drain, what it's supposed to look like in the other room. Now, I got my flashlight shining down there. I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see as best you can. Hold on. Okay, right there. You see that? You can see the water right there. So with your flashlight, it's real easy to see the reflection of the water. That's what it is that you're looking for. That's what I should be having in the women's restroom that I don't have. So that's what you're trying to go for. Okay, so all I did was fill up this container with some water in it, and I'm just going to pour that down the drain. And what that's going to do is just manually prime the trap. That way I can get this restroom back in service. Okay. Now, when you look with your light, you can see that you've got some, that the trap appears to be primed right now. I'll get the camera so I can show you. Okay. One second. Okay. Now, let's see if I can zoom in on that and show you. Oops, hold on. It's a little hard to see everything. There. There you go. So there's your trap primed right there. What I'll do now is I put in two access panels. I put one here and there's one on the other side. So I'll put this access panel back on. I'll gain access to the trap primer on the opposite side of the wall. That way I can put this restroom back in service as soon as possible. Alright, here is the trap primer from now. I'm in the back electrical room. I have a, I don't know, it's about a 14 by 14 inch access panel I had previously cut here because I actually replaced this maybe 2 years ago. Now, there's the trap primer right there, and the principle that it works under is that when there's a differential in pressure in the water line, like when you flush a toilet as an example, this water line is tapped into the same water line that feeds the cold water to the toilets in the women's restroom. So if someone flushes a toilet, a small amount of water will discharge down through here. Now I actually put in some clear tubing right here so that you could actually see it. It goes like a little psst, psst every time you flush it. It was working fine 2 years ago. Now there is just a small little needle seat that's in there that, I don't know, maybe it calcified over and what has caused the problem. So what I need to do is I need to now remove it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that shut-off valve right there. I'm going to shut that off. Then I'm going to remove the clear plastic tubing that I put right there, and then I'll basically double wrench this to take that off. And I'll go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so there it is right there. There is a strainer here, but that strainer does not appear to be clogged at all. Maybe right there at the very taper right there, but the whole thing as a whole doesn't look bad. I'll try to clean this up and see what I can do. If I have to, I'll replace it. Alright, so anyways, I was looking at this, and like I said, I don't think it's the strainer. The strainer looks like it's in very good condition. I don't believe that's the problem. So I just taking this apart like this, just to see what's kind of going on here. The strainer sits inside of this portion here. I'll clean that whole thing up, but inside here it looks like I am calcified over right there. So I'm just going to clean off this whole area here with like a little brush, try to put it all back together, and I'll test it out and I'll see if that'll clean this up and get this back in service. Okay, I believe I have found the root cause of what has caused our problem. I took all these parts over to the sink, I cleaned them up. The strainer already was in clean condition. I just cleaned it up some more. This was pretty simple and straightforward. There's not much to it. This here, I did clean this up here just to make sure there was nothing on it, and then I gently took the brush under the water and just kind of cleaned off that, because that is a seat that mates with inside of here. This goes down in here and it actually creates a seat. Now when you look at this, that is supposed to be open. So what I did was I take my flashlight, put it on like this, and now turn it around so you can see a hole through there. Now in the camera it looks like that hole is quite large, but in reality it is not that big. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is I think I need to clean it a little bit more. I think this is the root cause of what's happening. Is this seat is calcified over and it's restricted it so much that when it opens and closes, it's not allowing any water to go through. I'm going to take and disconnect these two fittings here, and I'm going to see if I can't clean from the bottom of the seat out, because I could only clean it so well going on the top side. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, I removed the two parts and I have not cleaned it yet, and I just want to see if you can see that, but that is what I'm looking at. There is just a very, very tiny hole right there. I'm going to see if I can't clean that up. It's a little deep in there. There's you know, there's a lot of threads in there, so even trying to use this tool here, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. But I'm going to work on cleaning that, and I'll let you see what the final result is. Okay, we are back, and I was able to get it cleaned out. The one tool that would only do the job was this. This is a tip cleaner for a pressure washer. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to put a drill down that hole to try to open it up. If you do that, you're going to over drill this and you'll destroy the piece. So what you want to do is use something like this here. You put that down inside here. You put it all the way through and you run it back. And I ran it back and forth like this underneath the sink with the water. And I was when I did it with the largest tip size possible without over doing the hole. Now, if you take that, you can see how much more sunlight there is now going through there. Another thing that I did was, mind you, this tip here, this is how this seat normally works, like this with this part here on top, right? So what I did is when I was at the sink, before I cleaned it out, I filled this up with water, and no water was dripping or anything coming out the bottom. After I cleaned it, I did the same experiment where I poured some water here on top at the sink, and then it had a nice steady small stream out that small orifice, indicating to me that this was the very most likely reason of what happened here. I'm going to put this all back together. I already put new Teflon tape here, put new Teflon tape here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put this whole thing together. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this joint right here. And let me just get a couple of wrenches on that. So when you have smooth like this, you don't want to use, I don't like to use these tools when I don't have to, and in this particular case I certainly don't have to. So let's see here, hang on. Alright, so right there, and this doesn't have to be super tight because there's not a lot of pressure there. I'm just going to go that tight. Alright, so that's that one. Now, what else do I need to do? Okay, this part here goes like this. Alright, trying to get this in the camera's view here. That's just hand tight, that's nothing there. This here goes in like this. And there's that, and now that's ready to be screwed in. Alright, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bucket to make sure that I got good clean water coming out of there. Alright, so I got a small little bucket here. Also, if there's some calcium buildup in the valve there, it'll hopefully come into the bucket, so it won't come into this part, into the trap primer. Alright, it's a little tight access here, but I'm going to try to do this. Alright, there you go. Can't go too crazy. So, just fill it up halfway. Alright, there we go. I got good water, I got good water pressure. I'll dump that in the restroom in a little bit. Now, we're going to go ahead and put this in service. Now, screw that in hand tight
One thing I forgot to show you was the model and serial number of this. This is a MR500. Boy, I forgot who the manufacturer is, and I can't quite read that name right there. But it does have a phone number if we wanted to call to see anything more about that. I do still need to reconnect this right here that plastic right onto there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Alright, get in there. And it's a tight fit. And that's one of the reasons why I like to have this as plastic tubing right here. So this way you can see water actually discharging down there. Alright, so now I just got to put the hose clamps on here. It's not a lot of pressure, you probably don't even need these, but I don't want any leaks at all. Alright, there we go. Valve is in the open position and everything is connected. Take my access panel here, put that back on, and we're back in business. And we have a restroom again, we don't have to worry about that. Alright, that's it, and thank you for watching this video.